take off those band-aids and see what was underneath it that I wasn't dealing with. And that was, you know, it was insecurity, it was loneliness, it was unworthiness. I felt incomplete. I felt like my body was taken from me. And you have to be willing to find the light, though. You have to be willing to believe in yourself and to believe in your story and to believe that there's more than what you're going through, and that what you're going through is going to bring you further into who you're supposed to be and your calling, and find the good in it. I have something that I need to share with you guys that I haven't been completely honest about. Okay, so let's just start this. So I know I've told my story a couple times on here, and every time as I watch my videos back, I do say that it's hard sometimes, but I have not been completely honest about the actual struggle that I have gone through from my amputation and a lot of things that followed after that, but I never really shared like the really honest points about it, I guess, is because I always feel like when people ask me my story, all they want to know is how I lost my hand, and that's kind of the end of it, you know. And I almost thought too that that is all that my story is what happened to me physically, but there was so much mental battle that I went through after that, and there was a lot of hurt that I didn't deal with after the accident, and I was just in such a strong zone that, like I've said before, I really did just keep moving forward. I did believe that everything was going to be okay. I did believe that everything was going to work out, but I just kept pushing, and I kept putting band-aids over the things that I was feeling and just kind of pushing down what was kind of going on under the surface, and I just felt this overwhelming need to keep going, which ultimately has brought me here, but there was a point that I did kind of sink to a lower point, and that wasn't until after like 2 years of the accident. I had kind of reached this place when I was starting to book some really big jobs, and I was quite like, I was getting to a point of success in the dance industry that I was really proud of, and I really revealed to me at that point how I was actually searching for so much more than what I was doing. And ultimately, when I was so reliant on my body getting through to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, I completely lost my mental health in that time, because everything was produced by effort, everything was produced by what I was doing. And I just really realized that I was looking and finding purpose in the wrong place. And at that point, like, it was pretty bad. Like, I had a couple other things that happened in my life that led me through a couple seasons of heartbreak, but I was like in my bed every single day. I didn't want to get up. Every fitness that I was doing was to get some sort of better body, not for healthy reasons and not with the right intention. It was not intended for my health. It was just hindering me, and everything that I was doing was in a state of getting to the next level, the next level, the next level, and the next level, which ultimately led me to this really, really lost place that I didn't know where to go. I had to believe that there was more than what just I could do. I had to believe that there was more than what I could perform or what my body could do, and I became really, really desperate to find that meaning. And it was in that process, that going through that hard time when I felt like I had really nobody and I had no choice but to lean into God and to figure out what that meant, because at that point I still didn't understand God. I didn't understand what that relationship looked like. I didn't know Jesus. There was a lot of things that were not connected, and I just became so desperate to pass off my load to somebody and something bigger. And that's when I found and created this actual relationship with Jesus, and that's been the only reason why I've been able to overcome that, and that I've been able to find purpose, because my purpose didn't lie and doesn't lie in the things that I can do, and I can never control the things that are going to happen in my life. And ultimately finding him and creating that relationship, it has taken all of the weight of the burden that I was feeling and all the pressure that I was feeling, and has really given me like such a deeper meaning. Led me here to all of you guys, where I'm not solely reliable on my talents anymore. I'm not solely reliable on what my body can do. Like, I know that through everything, it's my voice that was left untouched, and it's my voice that continues to get strengthened, and it's my story, my message, and my speaking ability that just keeps improving. And I keep feeling like this burning inside my chest of passion for it. But that didn't come until I had to break. I had to take off those band-aids and see what was underneath it that I wasn't dealing with, and that was, you know, it was insecurity, it was loneliness, it was unworthiness. I felt incomplete. I felt like my body was taken from me, and there was a lot of different layers of that I had to deal with, and it wasn't easy to face. And I don't think I could have done it without my faith and without that relationship, because honestly, when we look at our scars, like, they can be really scary and they can be really intimidating, and the only reason that I could face that without that fear is knowing that I wasn't going through them alone. And the truth is, we don't need to go through them alone. We don't need to go through life alone. We don't need to do it, and we can't. We're not designed to physically carry the weight of what this world is going to throw at us. And that, I think that's when that relationship becomes really important. And you know, there's so many things that does and that changes, but I really, like I was saying before, I did reach that point when I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I was just lost, and I was looking for the wrong things. I was being fueled by the wrong things. I was constantly felt like I was never enough, like the next level was never good enough, and that, you know, it was this constant strive. It was just exhausting. At the end of it, I was just exhausted, and I just felt like there was nothing more that I could do, and I was like, this can't be all that there is. There has to be more to this world. There has to be more to me. And you know, through that, I found that I didn't survive just to dance. There's so much more to me than just dancing. There's so much more to my story that I can do and that I can share that doesn't involve my body but solely relies on my voice, that I know has been a big gift that I've received. And so, you know, that's kind of been my journey, but I did want to share that it's not all sunshines and rainbow all the time, because there is points that are really, really hard, and they're really, 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 really hard, and it's heartbreaking and it's scary. And I just want you guys to know that it's not bad for you to feel like that. And I think you have to be honest about it. You have to speak your truth. You have to say it out loud, to say, I'm not okay and I need help. And you know, whether that's seeking help from like a counselor or a person or a friend or family or God or Jesus or whatever you believe in. I think it's really important that we voice our problems, and that we're strong enough to say that we're not okay, and that there's so much life after not being okay. I think that's the starting point of where we go from. That's the starting point of what the future holds, is admitting that and saying, I need to grow from here, I need to move from here. And for me, that was just by grace that I was able to do that, and that's how I found my story. That's how I found my purpose. That's how I found my meaning, and how I'm learning to just love people better and better and better through that process. But whatever that is to you, I just really encourage you that you just reach out to people, and that you find help, and that you confess it with your mouth how you're feeling, because we can convince ourselves so easy that we're okay, but I think we all know when we're not, and we just have to be unafraid to look at that and really bring it to the table, because that's where your healing starts. It doesn't happen when you're still hiding it. And so yeah, I just really wanted to share that with you guys, because this weekend at Vivid Conference, I got to share a more vulnerable part of my story and a more vulnerable approach to it, where I did open up about this stuff. And I just kind of realized how I missed this on social media, and that you guys don't actually know that there was a really hard point. And yeah, that's kind of the end of my rant, but I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always supporting me and being interested in the story and my process and my growth and my journey. I'm so glad you're on this with me, and I'm glad you give me a space to be really honest with you guys, and you know, share everything from my feelings to my hurt to my pain to my faith. I just feel really comfortable with you guys, and I'm so thankful that you are receiving it on the other end, and I love you so much. Stay posted for my next video on Friday, and we will see you there. Love you so much. Bye. Thanks for listening, guys.